So today I'm going to take you through how I use Google Search Console for SEO. Now there's multiple ways of using Google Search Console for SEO purposes. Like, it is the data-centric place of finding out things like if you have any issues on your website that could be triggering Google to not show your website. This is obviously where you'll find them, is in these sorts of reports here. So performance, it gives you the overall how you're currently going. So like, I like to have all four selected. So it gives you an idea of like what queries, so what keywords essentially you're currently appearing for. It goes into the page. You can go into the pages, and then it will tell you like what pages are currently getting the highest amount of clicks, impressions, where they're currently ranking, what devices you're going better on, countries, all of that. Index versus not index. This is where any of the issues might pop up. You might have things. So this tells you why certain pages aren't getting indexed. For Wally's website, which I'm playing with at the moment, I'm not really too worried. Like 9 sounds about right. That's how many pages I actually want them to index. Yes, there's 70. There might be 78 pages not indexed, but they're likely pages I don't actually want Google to look at. Sitemaps, I just did the starter of his SEO audit, and yeah, the sitemap's a bit messed up. I don't know why there's so many. That should be all it is, but for some reason, when my SEO tool scraped his site, there was a few more sitemaps, so I need to look into why that's there. Another thing that can be helpful is if I've only really used this at a previous client's place when they were doing case studies essentially of their clientele, and occasionally those people would want to remove their blogs from the site. So what you can do, this is a quick way to do it, is to remove it from ranking. So like, Google will eventually crawl your site again, or like all crawlers will eventually crawl your site again and notice that a page has been removed. But if you want to get it out of search quickly, you can come in and you can ask Google, put the URL in there and ask Google to remove. It will be a temporary removal, but what that means is it gets it out ASAP, and then in that temporary time, it's a few months, I think, Google should, or the crawlers should, recrawl your website, and then you can, in that time, your new sitemap will show that that page is no longer there, so it will be removed anyway. Page experience. I'm just going to go through all of this sort of stuff first before I actually dive into what I actually use it. So core web vitals are important for Google's ranking system. I don't know why that's no data. Oh, okay. So his website probably doesn't get used often enough to give you any kind of data as to what the core web vitals, like, performances are. Yeah. Yeah. That's okay. So HTTPS, that's fine. That's fine. These are kind of some of the older stuff. Breadcrumbs are the things at the top of your page. Legacy tools, yeah. So manual actions will be where if Google doesn't update, this is where it will show you that they've taken an action against you. So it might just be a temporary down ranking. And again, security issues is if Google flags your site for something. Oh, sorry, my legs are going to sleep. This is where it will appear. So yeah, this shows you a few, like your site, where your site's being, like the popular links. So links within your site, links to your site from other sites, and it'll show you which sites. So this is a good way to check backlinks, which are important for SEO authority. You can see which pages are getting linked to and see what websites are linking to said pages. I don't even know what that website is. Let's have a look. Okay, no, that's fine. So this looks like it's yeah. We'll see how well that goes, because this looks like it's what are they called? They basically scrape content from other sites and post it, but they still leave the link in. But we'll see how Google goes. These are all AI pictures. All of those pictures are AI pictures. This is where you set the settings are. So this is where you can link it to your Google Analytics. If you ever change the domain of your site, like you may currently have a .com.au and you might be changing it to a .au. I think it's the new fangled thing you could get. So that's where you would let Google know. I know when I was at Finder, we did a couple of major exports because we went from having the different websites, so homeloanfinder.com.au, creditcardfinder.com.au, to just being finder.com.au. So they had to move all of the content from those other websites to the core finder.com.au. So they would have had to let Google know that those pages, they would have had different search consoles for each of those websites. And yeah, if you need to export any data, that's where you can get those sorts of reports. So the robot text is essentially the crawling, tells you what's being crawled. That's letting you know how many times it's been crawled. If you ever want to remove it from your Google account, I am the verified owner of this website. You've got website, submit feedback, and it gives you information. So we're going to go, what is, yeah, that's all just, yeah. Back to overview. So what I most commonly use, what's that? Oh, that's cute. So this gives you a little bit of an overview. Oh, that's so cute. Sorry, I've not seen this before. So it gives you a bit of that's a cute little report that gives you a little bit of an overview of the past 28 days, how your website has gone. That's nice. Your 4 out of 5 clicks from Google search. That's interesting. Anyway, that was cute. That's cute. But anyway, so what I generally use this for, 2 things, and it's all in this report. Obviously, I use it for site mapping, checking any issues, removals if I need to. Obviously, I use it for all of that stuff as well, because that's important. If you want to get more into that, I do have, my blog does on what you can use this tool for in SEO, does go a bit deeper into that. But this is what I personally most commonly use it for. 2 things. 1, keyword research. So this is just the whole site at the moment. So it gives you a list of queries of So this is what your site's currently ranking for. Like even my personal website, I'll jump to that for a second. It gives me an idea. It's like, oh, I'm going good for pet copywriter. I'm still kind of like, I'm like 7.9. That's not too bad. Could go better. Okay, I need to work on that more. Pet writer, like, because when I niched down, when I niched down to that, previous to that, my keywords were things like my name, um, and my name. I don't think, like, I hadn't really done a lot of SEO work on my website before I niched down. Sorry. But I don't even know that I had like SEO content writer or anything like that in my list of queries here. But once I niched down and I changed my content, this is where I could tell that that was actually having an impact, because I could see that these keywords were changing from just being Jodie Humphries, spelt differently, Jodie Humphries, right? Like, yeah, multiple misspellings of both my names. I started seeing like pet copywriter, pet content writer, dog copywriter, those things coming up, and I'm like, okay, yes, okay, that's like my work has been working. So we'll go back to Wally because this is what we're focusing on. But yeah, so like gives you an idea of like for when you're starting out, when you haven't done any keyword research, go, if you've had your website up for a little while, if it's a brand new website, I'll show you. This is my author website. It's brand new, literally has one query, because one, I'm not doing much with it at the moment. It's kind of just a holding place at the moment, but it's one query. There's like the only, and that's, to be fair, that's the only thing I'm aiming for at the moment is my name. So I'm competing with myself. But when it comes to Wally, I'm like, well, what do I want? Like, so this is where I'll first kind of go. I'll go, okay, what's he actually appearing for at the moment? So Dog Lover Show, because he's got a blog about when he was at the Dog Lover Show. He was a Insta dog, so we did a blog on that. Pet Safe Australia, because we did a PR partnership with them a couple of years ago. It was amazing. We got some toys that Wally loves, that little treat dispensing toys, and a little blog about separation anxiety in dogs. But like, Where's Wally Dog, which is a bit cool, because Where's Wally as a term would be quite competitive. Like, obviously it's not huge and he's not getting clicks and things like that, but I would be like, oh, actually, I wouldn't mind having that. Like, obviously it's missing the H, because I have to use the H, because Where's Wally, it already exists. Those books are awesome. But like, there's nothing wrong with me looking at that and going, okay, maybe I could, especially like I'm at average position 4, and actually gets clicks. So not bad. So, looking at the general queries, the next thing I look at is pages. So I will go into Wally's site and we will get this one. Benefits of pet insurance is his new blog. To be fair, I should, whilst I'm doing that, sorry, I'm just going to fill this out quickly. About contact. So I'm just going to put those 3 above it, but this is the first blog. Actually, no, I'm going to add one row above for the blog. I'll add the URLs later, but just for now. So then I put that in there. URLs, you can just do this section and then put apply. I might just go the last 28 days. Oh, that sucks. Nothing. That's annoying. I wonder if it is. And to be fair, this is a new blog, but okay, so nothing. that's helpful because that means 0. Oh, I've got it at 3 months. Okay. I didn't realize I had that at 3 months. But again, it's nothing. It's new. So, like, it may just be that it's not. So that's the marker. I can't actually remember. This is another tool, not keywords everywhere. This is a nice tool to have. Keywords are missing. No, they're not. Damn it. I don't think I'm logged in. Let's log in. So this is a tool that is just a plugin. What are those called on Google? Anyway, it's on Chrome, and it just gives you a quick summary of the title tag, the meta description, keywords. It should pick up. Why is there not keywords? I did put the keywords in. Breakdown of the headers, images, and it will give you the image names and the alt text. So this is a nice way to do a quick inventory of individual pages. Social, it shows you the card if shared on Facebook, the open graph. It has the debugger. That's good because that's really good. The debugger, the validator, all of that is really helpful if like the images aren't turning up the way they should. You go to the debugger and it should fix it. Facebook debugger should fix it for all of them, I found, but that's a lot of detail. But this is the basics. I don't know why that's not showing. So I'm going to just refresh that now that I'm logged in. I'm going to go into edit post. Ooh. Insight into the back end. Way too much brightness. Post. Exception. Yeah, that's what I mean. Except. Oh, down here. Yeah, so benefits of pet insurance should be the keyword. Huh. Anyway. So that goes in there. And then what you also need to do, or what I do when I'm tracking SEO keywords, is do a search. So what comes up when I search benefits of pet insurance? Obviously, you've got skip the sponsored posts, don't want them. That's really cool. So RSPCA insurance, I'm probably not going to beat them, mainly because they have a .org, which Google automatically ranks highly. .orgs, .edus, .govs, they're all, just having that alone gives you a level of authority above everyone else. Choice, I could probably try and fight Choice, but I actually know some of the people at Choice, and they're probably pretty good. And then you've got the insurers. So it just gives you an idea of who you're competing with of those keywords, and you can set, like, the way I do, like, the next step in this process is content improvement. So what I would do is look at these, I'd probably give it a few months if it's obviously sitting at naught. Give it a few months. When I check again, see where it's at, see what, or like how the traffic and all of that's going. And if I think I need to make some improvements on it, that's when I start looking at what is Choice got on their page that I don't have. What does HCF have on their page that I don't have? What do Policy Advisor have on their page that I don't have? And look at that. If you've watched my previous video where I talk about title tags and meta descriptions, so this is the title tag, this is the meta description. So that is your store sign, and that is your store windows. And Google, obviously, Google's got your little, it's very different. It used to be just that used to sit there, and these things didn't, like the actual site name, like choice or whatever, didn't used to sit there. And that's why you have these like site names at the end. So I guess if that's sitting there now, you don't really need the site name at the end. So if you need to make your title tag shorter, cut off your site name. Money Smart, yeah, I'm never going to get over the Money Smart. That's fine. Surprised it's so far down. Obviously, these pages are way more robust in information than Money Smart, because Money Smart should be up there with RSPCA. Really should be. So what you just do is just keep going. Or what I do is I just keep going, see if I can find it. Try not to scroll too far. Like now they've got infinite scroll. It used to be the different pages. This is really going to confuse me. But what I would usually do is I'd get to a point and just be like, okay, I'm not here. Like, not past page 5 or whatever. Now it's infinite scroll. So it's more about pet cover group. Sorry, that's our. So maybe I would probably say with the infinite scroll, stop at what I just did then. Or even say like have to hit more results twice, or yeah. Oh, that's my old work. Like, yeah, I'm not appearing at all. Like, not at all. Pet short. Like, there's like multiple insurers in there popping up. So they're obviously selling on their sites as well, beyond just yeah. But yeah, not within multiple scrolls. So so I'll fill this out later with like the actual actually I've got it here, don't I? So you've got like the title tag with separator with Wally H. So these are things that I might make changes on later. Once we get once we start appearing, if we want to make some changes to beef it up, yeah, I might want to change that. Might want to change this so it's not so basic. Maybe that's it. Maybe it's the headings. Maybe they're too boring. Why do I have the word count there or something? I don't know. But let's have a look. That shouldn't need saving. So yeah, so that's kind of sad. But let's have a look at the homepage. So even like the homepage could go in here. But again, that would likely come up with the information we saw at the start, which is where's Wally, all of that. I don't actually know what I am targeting that for. Where's Wally H? Dog. Well, there you go. That's. Do we want to see where that's ranking? 1! Yay! Let's have a look at that one without. So obviously, like, Where's Wally has a dog. So that's what Wally, my Wally, is kind of competing with. But there he is. He is 1, 2, 3, 4. How cool is that? Oh, he has one of them. Thanks, Coco. But I'm not going to get into that right now because that's just a bit much. we're going to go, close that, because we're going to go back to the blog. Oh, that's why there's that page. Okay. We're going to look at, let's look at the first one. First ever blog on Wally's site. Let's see what the data says on that. It's like, like I said, I really haven't done anything with this website, so like I don't. Ugh. This is such a dead explainer video. I'm so sorry. Oh, there we go. We've got something. So dog lovers show, Sydney dog lovers show. Like, it's not going great ranking and stuff, but you know. So well, this works. So that's the URL. It's obviously not picking up the data in the back end of that. But dog lovers show. So the keyword is actually dog lovers show. So what I then do is pull this. So I use the general, even though I have actually specified a keyword here. When I'm tracking the information, I do just use the general for the whole page. I should possibly to have a more accurate data tracking actually go into just like put this stuff down that for this particular keyword. But yeah, I prefer to go the more general info, like data. You can go and do that, but if I were to do that, I'd have to do it for every single keyword for every single page, and it can get very data heavy, and you can just fall down the rabbit hole. But maybe there is pages that, like, if there's a page that I'm targeting multiple keywords for, then I will likely put the information in for each individual keyword, because obviously I want to track, particularly this one, I want to track that. So what is it? So we've got the last 3 months, we've got 0 clicks. Why did I do it this way? I'm going to change this after I get off this, but 48.9. Average click-through is 0. Total impressions is 80. So 80. And then other two are 0 and 0. And if we go there and we look at this, so obviously, no. The Dog Lovers Festival is obviously going to rank for that, and that's fine. But let's see, does Wally show up? Well, there we go. Not yet. Might have to drag this blog out though, because I think they're starting to gear up for it again this year. Sydney Dog Lovers Show. I'm just going to click here. I'm just going to see. No, we're not there. Like, they get quite a lot of coverage, obviously. So my little old blog, Wally's little old blog probably doesn't rank too well, especially when you're competing with, yes, I just saw it, 7 and stuff. But oh, look, there we are. I could actually count. You could actually count how many down, but I'm just going to say a few scrolls down. So that's good to see that it's there, though. So yeah, that's basically like that's the core thing that I use GSC for. I just let's look at this one just quickly. Oof, sorry, I keep jumping around. Um, and as you can see, like when there's no queries, um, but if we go back, I'm glad that has. So that's the dog lovers show page. But as you can see, you can once you put the URL in, you can also source keywords from that as well. So if you've got a blog or something that yes, you've obviously selected a keyword for, or maybe you didn't. Maybe you wrote the blog because it was a topic you were interested in or that your audience was interested in. Um, Once it's been up for a little while and gotten a bit of traffic and things like that, it hopefully will start generating some keywords, some queries for you to then look at. And then you can go, well, is that the right keyword for that blog? Or or is it actually like getting traffic from the wrong place? Like, gonna have to I'll jump into my website quickly. Obviously, that's not gonna work. um, let's see if this has actually come up yet. Yeah, so that's not come up yet. Blog. Or about even. We'll look at the about page. How about that? So look at that. Okay, so what is that? So that's my name, Pet Writer. Definitely want to go for them. Definitely want to go for Pets SEO Writer. I don't want to misspell my name ever. If it appears, that's great. But like you see there, like some really good keywords there. That I obviously do want to go for with that particular page. If we go into my blog again, sorry. See. Like, I don't know. I'm just taking a guess here because I've been really bad at tracking the SEO. Yeah. The impact on any of, which is really bad. I'm writing this content and don't do what I do. Actually track what your content does. Actually, that might be actually going here because I know this other one does actually appear. This. So it's not like, so yeah. Yeah. So keywords for pet products, SEO for pet businesses, targeted keywords. Like I would go and look at this list and I go, okay, do I actually want all of these keywords to be like, okay, I'm getting some juice. I'm getting some not really, but it's picking up that that's what that blog is about. But I actually want other pages to rank for that or that. So it's about making sure. So keyword for pet products is probably fine. It's my keyword research blog, but I would want other blogs like anything keyword related. I'm okay with that page having that, but broader like SEO stuff, I would want to have one of my other pages outrank that. I would want maybe my services page to outrank that. So it's about going, okay, how can I utilize this with that and go, okay, well, make sure that they're linked. Make sure that on this blog page, I do have links to those other pages that I want, and it will, and using those keywords. So find somewhere that I talk about SEO for pet businesses and make sure I link to, say, my SEO consultancy page, which I would be aiming for that keyword on there. And then what that does, if any of this juice flows through from this page, this blog, to that page, hopefully it will flow through and it will tell Google that that's what that page is about because it's linked to on this page. People are finding this page from that search. And then they go like that. So the keyword research page goes under this and the other one links goes above. I hope that makes sense. If not, please let me know. That looks good. But like I said, like the core things, to sum this up, the core things I use Google Search Console for when it comes to SEO is keyword research and brainstorming, looking at what already is making people searching to find my websites, and then monitoring that, monitoring the keyword. Like when I do work on pages, making like checking this sort of data. The other part of that is obviously analytics and making sure that looking at the traffic for that. I'm gonna and I'll get into that when I talk about what I use Google Analytics for when it comes to SEO. But Google Search Console, this is what I use it for. I look at the keywords that are already driving traffic to my website, source further keywords to optimize different pages on and cross promote throughout my website, and monitor the performance of any SEO work I do by tracking these data points that you pull out of Google Search Console. Once I note down any changes I might make, and then see whether any of these numbers, the needle is moved. So yeah, that's what I use. And obviously the basics of like making sure that there's no issues on my site that are getting blocked. Sitemaps are all good. Crawling's all good. If I need to, the other thing you can do is URL inspection. So say for benefits of pet insurance, like we saw, no traffic. Okay, well maybe we'll do an overall inspection of the URL. It's not in Google. It has not been added to my sitemap. It is not being crawled. So, and that's just by putting the URL up in this section. So that's the other thing I use it for, is checking that. So what I do, request indexing. Now, like I said, the crawler will come. The crawler will come eventually. The crawler will eventually crawl, and yeah, it will crawl it. But it doesn't hurt to just chuck it in there. So it's discovered, but not indexed. So it's been discovered in my sitemap, but it hadn't been crawled. I will check that with all my blogs, but then all you can do is request it. So that just means that Google will basically put it in a queue, essentially. We'll eventually get to it, but it will get to it quicker than just its manual crawling of your site. So yeah, hopefully next time I have a look in Google Search Console, it will appear. I have actually, that blog was specifically written with SEO in mind, as well as some discussion of our personal experiences with pet insurance. There was a lot of SEO juice and thought put into that. So hopefully it helps. But yeah, that's how I use Google Search Console. I hope that was an easy explainer. I do, like I said, I have a blog on my site that covers how to use Google Search Console for SEO, but this is just my personal kind of journey. And since I'm taking you on the little journey with me of doing a case study for Wally, I figured I would share this with you. If you have any questions, if I've spoken too fast, if I've not explained anything, please reach out, let me know. And yeah, I will. Next one will be talking about Google Analytics and how I use that for SEO.